today we're going to finally talk about the paint. Now, Don, I know this is not finished because we still have blue tape around the edges and we still have some trim work to do. But I think what's cool about this particular paint is that it's got, it is a rhino liner type, bed liner type paint, but it's got a sheen to it. It's not dead and dull looking like some of those other paints, don't you think?
Yeah, and the thing about it is it'll keep that color. It'll keep that, where it won't fade or anything, and it'll be good. It's rough. I mean, it's a durable. It'll take a lot of punishment.
Because I had on my last truck, I had some Monstaliner on there. It was a roll-on. You could roll it or spray it, but it was dull and dead looking. And the real problem with that was because it had absolutely no real hard shell to it, it collected dust and dirt like it was hanging out in a mud puddle.
Yeah, and a lot of that stuff, it was the first stuff to come out, and it wasn't that durable. I mean, I done a trailer, as a matter of fact, the trailer that you got over at your place of mine, that it didn't last no time on the, as far as the finish work on it. Well, it was very disappointing.
Well, this one looks really good. I know we're not finished, but it looks really good so far.
Well, that's the thing. We've got it painted. We'll do the detail work on it. Got the front bumper done.
So Don was either nice enough or dumb enough to let me pick out the paint. Which one is it, Don?
Well, I mean, when you're not experienced about picking out paint or colors, it's a learning process.
Okay, experience. So I'm going to roll through the paints in a minute, but tell them some about your experience, and I'll throw in a couple of pictures of stuff you painted over the years here.
My hobby is drag racing. I race super stock 4-speed cars all my life and been around drag racing. And all of my cars I have painted, plus other stuff, because it's so expensive. And I like to paint and airbrush.
And you're good at it. Well, I'll tell you, he's good at it. Okay, he's good at painting. You are a pro painter. Although it's not what you do for a living, you are a pro painter.
No, I mean, I dabble in a lot of things.
So why in the heck you ever let me pick out the paint, I will never, ever know.
Well, I mean, it's a learning process. And
I know what he was thinking. Let's just see if you're smart enough to pick out the paint.
No, it wasn't that at all. It's just, hey, you had something ideal in mind, and, we'll work with that. And we did. And we got a real nice color on the truck. It's called an amber gray.
Priceless color.
Yes, it's a Jeep color, and I really love the color.
So let me tell you all a little about what I went through with choosing paint. That's kind of important because this has been a big topic for us. It's put us behind. If anything has frustrated the heck out of me, it's been paint. So I went through the choice of looking at really about 6 manufacturers. I narrowed it down to 3, and there's a reason. I'm not even going to talk about the third one. It's one of those mass-produced. We really couldn't buy it directly. You had to go through somebody who was a franchisee to get it. We wanted to paint it. One of the ones I looked at was Monstaliner. It was on my last truck. It's really tough and durable. It's almost rubbery. But the problem with Monstaliner, in my honest opinion, is it's got absolutely no hard sheen to it at all.
Right.
And so it's almost like a magnet to dust and dirt. And then when you get dust and dirt on it, it doesn't come off. So I called the manufacturer and tried my best to talk with them several times about if they had something like this. I could not get the person I was supposed to reach to call me back. And they're down in Alabama. I like doing business with close folks that are kind of close, but I just couldn't get them to call me back. So I started searching this product. And this is a Raptor. It's made by U-Pol, U-P-H-O-L. It is a tintable bed liner. You can get it in all sorts of great colors.
And we really suggest that. I love the finish on it.
Finish is great.
It's good and hard. It won't absorb anything, environmental as far as the dust or whatever. But I really suggest to you to go to like O'Reilly's and they'll mix up any color you want. And that way you can kind of personalize, like we personalized this vehicle that we wanted this color. And
I would really suggest to go to O'Reilly's or somebody and let them mix the colors for you. It's
Now, if you hadn't seen the other videos, can I tell them real quickly what happened?
Yeah.
So we bought what was supposed to be desert tan. There's also coyote brown that we kind of like. There were several colors that we liked, but I chose desert tan. And it was freaking orange! I mean, it was a big pumpkin. My wife called it a Cheez-It. And so we began the discussion back and forth with corporate, and without trashing them, I'll tell you this, O'Reilly's, you can buy this stuff at O'Reilly's. You may be able to buy it other places too. But O'Reilly's was so great. When I finally got completely frustrated with U-Pol and the guy I was dealing with there, I went to the manager at O'Reilly's and said, look, here's what happened. I took her in to sample the paint. She said, it's orange.
Yeah.
I mean, it was obvious. She got on the phone with the guy I had been talking with. He really didn't help. She went above his head and they said, oh, look, we're going to send you a couple kits of paint. They had to repaint it, which was not fun. Had to resand it, repaint it. But what you were saying, go back to talking about choosing their own color, because O'Reilly's will mix your color for you.
Yeah, they've got thousands of colors, and we had two colors kind of in mind, and they went and mixed it. We wanted to go with a gray, but we didn't want a real sparkly sheen gray. And this is like a flat gray.
It's what's on a lot of the Jeeps now.
Yeah, it's a new color. Love it. I mean, it turned out really, really nice.
And they got a paint gun that you can literally mix the color inside the bottle. Paint gun screws to the bottle. You can shoot it right out of the bottle, and it's not like overly priced. This was less than less than several companies, but it was definitely less than Monstaliner. The gun was $25, something like that. Not expensive.
And you can clean it and reuse it.
Clean it, reshoot. We've used this one twice now. Once for the orange paint, once for this. Now we got a couple. I guess we're not finished though. We got to pull off the paint. There's still some trim we want to do. There's a couple things to be done, but we're getting close. And we're getting down to the details. We're getting ready to start moving on the inside, which is I'm going to talk a little bit about the EMP shield more later. This is some of our pistol gun holders. Now these were sent to us. Now we're not sponsored by anybody, right? We have no sponsorship, no endorsement of any kind. I've not put this on, but this company did send these to us. These, and I'll tell you more about it later. But those are mainly they're pistol holders.
Yeah.
And then this is night vision driving, where you'll be able to be blacked out, power that up, and drive with infrared at night. By the way, I have a new name for the Bugout vehicles.
Here we go.
You ready? It's a Nancy Pelosi bumper car.
Oh, God. Harry Reid's going to be jealous. You know that, right?
It wasn't named after him, right? Doggone, we skipped him. It's a Nancy Pelosi bumper car. That's
Harry,
what it
we're
is.
Sorry.
I have bad jokes, but I can't help it.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Anyway, this, let me show them a little closer picture. Oh, that one's, I forgot. And again, I'm picking them about the color. The colors were bad, but the product itself, if you pick your own color, is a great product. And how much do we get paid for this endorsement? Nothing.
Big zero.
Just us. Got anything else you want to talk about this as far as goes?
Kind of like to talk about move on bumpers. Well, finally, I got this thing done, got it painted, and I do have a 2001 Dodge truck. That look real good on my Dodge truck, man.
Because we have no endorsement?
Yeah, it's all stock.
You're saying you want an endorsement now. We just said we didn't have an endorsement. Now you want an endorsement.
I can use one. Trust me. Pushing cattle and deer around the yard is not fun. But anyway, got this thing done. As the videos before, just an excellent bumper. Went together so sweet. Turned out I think it turned out beautiful. Looks really good on this truck. Can't wait to hit a deer.
Oh Lord! I just told you what this was called. It's not a deer bumper car. It's a Nancy Pelosi bumper car.
Ooh, if you call her a deer, and that would be putting it real nice.
That would. I like that. There you go. There you go. Hey, look, like and subscribe. We probably have about 3 or 4 more videos we're going to do before we close this out. And I talked with a veterans group last week. Here's what our plans are. It's kind of, I think that I haven't really told you about this, so sorry. Surprise, surprise. I talked with a conservative Christian veterans group last week. They do some ongoing help for veterans. And I think what we're going to do is auction this off and then give some of the proceeds to that veterans group. Great group. They take care of veterans who are dealing with, just personal issues. And we want to have some fun with this and give something back too. So, and I'm not going to give it all to the veterans group, but we are going to give some proceeds to the veterans group. We'll announce who that is probably in the last video, and then we're going to auction this sucker off.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I always support veterans.
Absolutely. Hey, and please like and subscribe.